Okay, good morning, gentlemen. We know we're in the month of Adar, and we wish everybody a very happy and healthy month. Mishenichnas Adar Marvim Besimcha. Last week we learned in the holy book, our GPS for our life, the laws of Minyan. So I wanted to delve more into it because the whole reason why we spend hundreds of millions of dollars around the world to build synagogues and kenisas is so we could be able to pray with each other. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about how much of a great mitzvah it is to pray with the Minyan. So if we look, one of the great benefits of praying with the Minyan, according to the Rabbeinu Asher, Eitan, Rabbi Yosef Karo wrote the Shulchan Aruch based on three great poskim. His work is based on the opinion of three great poskim. Does anybody know who they are? No, the Rambam.
Rashba?
Not the Rashba. The Rambam, the Rif, which is the Alfasi, Rabbeinu Yitzchak Alfasi, and the Rosh. According to these three pillars, all of the halach, most of the halachas that you find in the Shulchan Aruch, they're based. The Rosh, Rabbeinu Asher, which was also Ashkenazi, but did you know he's a rabbi in Barcelona? So, in a way, they were all Sephardi. He got exiled from Germany. The great Rishon, the Rashba, found him a job in a synagogue in Spain. So the Rosh holds, guys, see, this is a big misconception a lot of people have. A lot of people think that when you come to Minyan, you're only doing a rabbinic mitzvah. But Natan, do you know what the great mitzvah is? What's the greatest mitzvah a person could do besides learning Torah? To make Kiddush Hashem. Guys, Baruch Hashem, a lot of you go to Jewish school, you're affiliated with the synagogue. The worst sin we can do is to make Chilul Hashem, to desecrate God's name. The greatest mitzvah to do is to be such a glorious and honorable Jew that the whole world want to become Jewish, because we sanctify God's name. Did you know every time you say Nachdishach, Kadosh, 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 and you daven with a minyan, according to the opinion of the great Rishon, you're doing the mitzvah of what, Shahab? Kiddush Hashem. So that's another very big incentive to come to the minyan. Another reason, Baruch Hashem, we have three very wonderful Kohanim here today in our minyan. Another reason why it's such a big mitzvah to daven with a minyan, Elliot, is because when we come to minyan, I told you last week, Baruch Hashem, if you pray 3 times with a minyan, you become a tzaddik. Because tzaddik is 9, tzaddik, dalid, yud, kuf, right? So you do 90 amens, you answer 10 amen yeshem erabah, 4 kadosh kadosh, and 100 blessings. So a tzaddik is a person that says all these bekavana, but there's another great incentive. You know what it is, Shahab? What we did today, Berachat Kohanim. Yavarechecha Hashem ve'ishmerecha, Ya'er Hashem panav elecha v'yichuneka. Baruch Hashem, even the Ashkenazis in Israel, they do this mitzvah. And I must confess my own deficiencies. It's very important. I heard this from a very chashuv Rav, and Rav Avadia Yosef says this. We as Sephardim, we have to love our brothers, Ashkenazim, even more than we love ourselves, because the truth is that the key of the Torah, most of the yeshivot of the world, including my yeshiva, is Ashkenazi. So the amount of respect that we have to have and depth of gratitude for the Ashkenazim is countless. We can't even express it because we have such a deep gratitude. But Baruch Hashem as Sephardim, we do Birkat Kohanim, what? Every day. So the Ashkenazim, for whatever reason, and it's a very hard to understand, I did a lot of research onto it, but Shab, do you know what the difference is? One of the main differences is that the Ashkenazim, they don't do the Birkat Kohanim every day. So, a great incentive. Guys, do you know what the greatest mitzvah is? Blessing in the world is the blessing that the Kohanim give us. And especially for our 3 Kohanim that are here today and all the Kohanim that are watching, it's very important to daven in a Sephardi minyan. Why? Because the Samu Shemi al Bnei Israel v'ani varchem. Any Kohen that blesses others, God blesses him. So it's a great opportunity to do the mitzvah of Birkat Kohanim. And then last but not least, I want to end off with a story. I just want to let you know, parenthetically, the Mishnah Berurah brings in the Biur Halacha in the beginning of the second chelik of Mishnah Berurah. You know what, Shahab? The Baal Sefer Charedim, Sami, holds that when we Jews, not only the Kohanim that bless the Jews, they do a biblical Torah Dika mitzvah, but even all the Jews that come to Minyan and they hear Birkat Kohanim, they're doing a mitzvah. So therefore, Baruch Hashem, every Sunday we have this youth minyan, we do Birkat Kohanim. It's a tremendous, tremendous mitzvah, and it brings you a shower, it showers you with the ultimate blessing of Yevarechecha Hashem V'Yishmerecha, which God should give to us. So I want to tell you a story. There was a very, very big tzaddik that always by the kotel, he was retired, so always by the kotel, Brandon, always by the kotel, he used to do what? He used to gather minyans. So one time somebody asked him, he said, "Hey, you wonderful Jew, why you always are so adamant to gather a minyan?" So he said, "I'll tell you, a minyan saved my life." He said, "How?" He said, "Listen, during the Russian Bolshevik Revolution, there was a very, very, very big bazaar, like a conference, like people go to Vegas for these big conferences, so everybody from Europe had been coming to sell their jewelry and diamonds. So I was on my humble way to go sell all my, I've run personally a lot of businesses. A lot of businesses, like the liquor store in retail, you make like 50% or 60, 70% of your business around the holiday times or in shows. So this gentleman had come all the way to Russia with a ton of diamonds. So on his merry way to the show, a Jew comes. He says, I beg you. You're the 10th person. He said, listen, my entire life savings, I need to make my entire, in this show. I've come all the way from my house he says, no, it's my father's yard site. I beg you, just 10 minutes. We say one Kaddish. So he drags the person into the minyan, Sammy. And what happens? There's only 3 people there. So the guy, he said a white lie, I guess. So by the time that the minyan finished, he had to get another 6 people, and you know how it is. You're always the 10th person. But finally, he took all his diamonds and he was running to the show. He sees one of his colleagues running, like breathless. He says, run back, run. He said, what happened? He said, you're so lucky you didn't come to the show today, to the grand bazaar of all the diamond dealers. And he said, why? He said, the Tsar Empire is falling. It's the Bolshevik Revolution. And you know that the communists, they hate anybody that makes money. Maybe that's why Obama wants to tax us to death. But he says the communists, they hate anybody. And he said the Bolsheviks attacked. They took away all the diamonds from the people. And they killed a lot of the diamond dealers. So he said, he said, wow. I thought I lost my life's fortune because I have to wait another year to make all my money. But in the truth, by me, so he said, from then on, he said, I want to be that great tzaddik that always wants to what? Gather minions. So that's why he passed away a few years ago. I don't know his name, but he was one of the great tzaddikim that because he gathered a minyan, it saved him from the Bolshevik Revolution that they should